Now, I decided to move in a rather busy part of the town, and so you will be hearing Panama outside because quiet hours usually start around midnight, 1 a.m., if that. People really love honking here. It is a way of communication. It's a way to say, I'm turning. It's a way to say, I'm here. It's a way to say, go faster. There's a few things you have to do in order to make your move essentially a smooth one. Today, I'm going to be discussing specifically the financial steps I would recommend taking. The first thing I would recommend is to freeze your credit. Now, in the US, we have the three credit bureaus that is responsible on reporting on your credit worthiness, as they say in the US. It's a score that essentially tells creditors how likely it is that you are to pay them back for whatever it is that you're getting on credit. A credit freeze does not freeze your score at whatever score it is that you have. A credit freeze is essentially telling the creditors that you are not looking to open any more lines of credit. It's basically saying, I don't need any more credit cards. I don't need any more installment loans. I'm not looking to open anything new. And since I'm not in America, I decided that that would be a good step to take. I think it's a good step for a lot of people to take because you don't want to have to worry about people possibly taking your identity when you're not there. Transparently, my phone company charges 25 cents per minute. And so I don't want to have to be on the phone with folks trying to explain that it's not me. I'd rather not have that life experience. And so I went to all three credit bureaus and froze my credit, essentially telling them that I'm not going to be applying for anything. And that would be one of the things I would recommend for folks to do if they're looking to transition out of the US if you're going to be living abroad. I think it's good to do even if you're in the US, if you know you're not opening any new lines of credit, just go ahead and freeze your credit because you just never know. The other financial thing that I recommend for folks to do is to find you a bank that does not charge ATM withdrawal fees. I have no interest in finding out where the local Western Union is. I have no interest in paying for wire transfers. What I want to do is to be able to go to an ATM, take out the cash that I need, and utilize it when I need to. Here in Panama, fortunately, there are a lot of different banks, a lot of ATMs, so I can go to the ATM. I ended up getting a bank that does not charge fees. There are several banks that you can open up that won't charge ATM fees. And that would be my recommendation if you're leaving the country, just to help lower cost, help you be able to get access to cash without having to worry. I'm able to use my major credit cards here. I all the credit cards that I have do not charge an international fee. I wouldn't have it if they did because why? I'm already paying you all already. I don't need to give you additional money. So that would be my recommendation. In addition to freezing your credit, in addition to getting a bank account that does not charge ATM fees, my other recommendation would be to check when your credit cards expire. Check when your debit card expires. Check the expiration dates on things before you leave the country because I couldn't imagine anything more distressing than not having access to funds while abroad. Because what do you do then? Make sure that the expiration dates on your cards is far enough in the future that you at least have time to get settled in wherever it is that you're moving. Of course, credit cards expire. They're going to be shipping you new ones to whichever address you have back in the States. But before you leave to go abroad, just make sure that your credit cards, your debit cards, you have some leeway with that. I do plan to go back to the US because one of my best friends is having a baby shower in a couple months. And so I will be getting the credit cards and the cards that are about to expire. So I didn't uh, cancel it, but that would be my recommendation because you don't want to pay for a plane ticket or try to worry about tariffs and shipping and trying to get someone trustworthy to ship your card to you. That just sounds like a headache. I've been in Panama for a week. I've enjoyed it so far. I have quite a few sorority sisters here. Overall, I am a friendly person. So I've also met locals just walking to a grocery store and sparking conversations. So thus far, my experience in Panama has been great. I will be providing information about where to stay, fun places to eat, basically how daily life looks like, and most importantly, the cost. I've only been in Panama for less than a month, but go ahead and drop your Panama questions down below. I'll do my best to answer them. My name is Maysal, and until next time.
I know you could do it. All you gotta do is put your mind to it.